So what kind of advice do you got for young techs coming into the business?
For all the young techs that come into the business, please excuse the guy in the background with the hammer. He likes beating things. If you're coming in the business and you think, okay, so I've got to come in, I got to have a bunch of tools. If I don't have tools, they're going to all laugh at me and stuff. Don't think that.
Right.
A lot of companies, sadly this is not one of them, have Apprentice boxes, which is boxes that already have tools in them. You can use it as long as you need to, and it's not a problem. I came here, and I don't know if I can find an example, but basically all I had was this. This is not it. Actually, my coworker has the cart that I had. It was a cart with one drawer. I had maybe 2 pairs of pliers, no screwdrivers, my cordless ratchet. It was one of the first things I bought, and maybe a few odds and ends. I didn't have anything. Over these past 6 months, yes, I have probably bought more tools than I would recommend to anyone. I have run up a bill. I'd be more like my man Josiah here. Don't spend a lot of money on tools. Work your way into the trade.
Yeah.
Because you may find out, 2-3 months down the road, you've got $10,000 in debt with a tool truck. I don't like this job, and this isn't my thing. So I would say, don't spend a lot of money on a truck. My buddy Skyler, he said something that really helped me. Buy something that's cheap, and when it breaks, up to the expensive.
Right.
What I say to people is, buy the cheap stuff. When that stuff breaks, then buy the expensive. Or if you have to borrow something more than 2 or 3 times, buy it yourself.
That's it.
You don't want to buy something stupid expensive, run your bill way up, and then you can't pay it because you're not making enough.
Right.
But really and truly, all the tools you've seen in my box, you don't need that. And actually, here, we'll walk back over to my box, and I can show you exactly what you would need.
There you go.
One of the best things to start with. All you really need to start is a 3/8 master set. You don't have to get the impacts. The chromes will work just fine. If you get something like a Pittsburgh, it's chrome, but it does have lifetime warranty, so you don't have to worry about breaking a socket.
Right.
Get you a 3/8 master set. Get you a flex head 3/8. But get you one that has a stiff head on it. That way, if you're working on something, you need a straight handle, boom, you got it. Need to flex the handle, you can work it.
Yep.
Get you a breaker bar. If you do need to, get you some 1/2-inch impact sockets. I would say impact for 1/2 inch because you are going to need a stronger socket. And get the Pittsburgh ones, lifetime warranty. They're fine. If I'm not mistaken, all the impact sockets I have from Pittsburgh were like $100 all in total. I have not broken a single Pittsburgh socket. I have no complaints for them, and they're thin-walled sockets, so you can get them in tight spaces.
There you go.
But get you that. Get you some hex drive because you might be dealing with hex. Get you some Torx. You can buy those sets from Harbor Freight for like $15 a pop. It's not really expensive. Get you 1 or 2 ratchets. Get you some extensions because you never know how far away you might be working on something. Get you a wobble head. When it comes to wrenches, I know you're going to want to get the ratcheting wrench, but really, ratcheting wrench, it does make the job faster. But to start, get you some basic combination wrenches. You can get sets from Harbor Freight, and it isn't that big of a deal. You aren't going to need the crow's foots, the ratchet wrenches, the flex head ratcheting ones. You're not really going to need that starting off. Let's see. Here, you're going to want pliers. I'm going to be honest, there's only really a few types of pliers you're going to need. You're going to need some needle nose, channel locks, cutters. You don't need the flush cuts to start. These regular cutters will work fine. Go ahead, get you some long reach needle nose because you'll probably need them. Let's see, get you a cheap pair of wire strippers in case you do a little bit of wiring. These Harbor Freight, you can find them right by the counter for like $5. You don't really need a multimeter to start. If you do, get a Walmart multimeter for like $6. No complaints. Get you this master bit set, because I got this at Harbor Freight. I think it was $10. It's El Cheapo. I use it every day. Really, I mean, there's no problems there. Let's see, screwdrivers. Get you a basic screwdriver set.
Yep.
Actually, you can get this Husky one. It's got more than what you'll need. I think you can get it for cheap, probably about 30 bucks. Get you a pick set, because you probably will need picks for doing O-rings and such. If you don't have them, you can use one of these little flatheads.
Yep.
This one's seen some abuse, including fire, but works fine.
Mm-hmm.
Get you a crescent wrench, probably a scraper, maybe 1 or 2 pry bars. You can start off with even just this little 3-pound hammer. Works
Yep.
fine. You know, because you got one of them.
Yep.
You know how good they are.
So real quick, what kind of power tools you think they're gonna need starting off in this field?
When it comes to power tools, there's really only 2 that you will need more than likely.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be 3/8 impact and an electric ratchet.
Okay.
They will make your life 10 times easier, and you'll get things done a lot faster having them.
Okay. So do you think they should go pneumatic or electric power tools when they first getting in? Like, you know.
When you're first getting in, pneumatic is cheaper by a long shot. You'll use them a bunch. I mean, there's a coworker of ours up here. His name's Paul. How old's Paul? He's like 70 years old?
Yeah, he's like 60 something. He's old school.
Yeah. All he uses pneumatic. It works great. They oftentimes have a lot more power than your electric.
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, I prefer the electric because I don't have to deal with an air hose.
Right.
Sometimes you're not where you can have an air hose.
Right.
So having that electric, you know, say you're out in the middle of nowhere having to fix your vehicle, you can just grab that electric impact or that electric ratchet. You ain't got to worry about an air hose, and you can just do it.
Right.
But starting out, if you're working in a shop, 9 times out of 10, there are going to be air hoses out. Like you can see, we have ours on reels. I would say starting pneumatic.
Cool.
Pneumatic works, you know, great. It has power. I mean, you can even see, I don't even have an electric 1/2-inch impact. I just got this Matco. I got it used for $90 off Matco, and I don't have any problems with it.
All right, bro. So in close, what kind of toolbox you think that an apprentice or somebody just coming into the business should look for?
For a new toolbox, you know, you're new to the job. You don't have many tools. Some of you might have a lot of tools. I'm going to highly recommend you, and many people are going to say this, although you're probably going to be like me and do it anyway. Do not buy a toolbox from the tool truck until you've been in the business for about a year.
Right.
Do it the way I started. The first box I bought was a U.S. General 5-drawer tool cart. It rolled around, it had a flip-up lid, and it only cost me about $300.
Right.
That is the first toolbox I think everybody should buy. Stick with that U.S. General lineup as long as you can, because they have a lot of small boxes and they have a lot of big boxes, and they're all for really good prices, and I've never really seen any problems with them, nor have I heard many complaints. The only people that I've ever heard complain were the guys that have, 6 snap-on toolboxes. So stick with that U.S. General and don't buy the snap-on until you're absolutely ready to, and you're ready to pay that price tag.
Cool.
Because it is not a nice price tag to see whenever you get the bill in the mail.
Right. Well, hey, y'all heard it here first, folks. Diesel mechanic feel through the eyes of the apprentice himself. All right. Hey, he's pretty sharp. Hey, he's gonna be pretty good, y'all. So, hey, y'all, when y'all get a chance, man, hey, take heed to the word. All right. Y'all know what it is. Be easy.